In this video, I'm going to be watching and reacting and reviewing to The Acolyte Episode 6. Of course, before we get into that, if you're a fan of my content and would like to help support my channel, if you could please hit the like button, the subscribe button, and the bell icon to be notified whenever my new videos drop. I talk about movies, TV shows, anime, gaming, and all kinds of pop culture stuff, and I try to upload 3, 4, or even 5 times a week. So, with all of that being said, let's get into it. Well, here we are, back at the Acolyte. Oh, hang on. I had to grab my remote control. I have taken a while to watch this episode because this show sucks, but I have to suffer because somebody has to watch these things. This episode came out last week, and so right after this, I'm going to watch episode 7 because it came out yesterday, so I'm behind, but I'm going to catch up, and I'm dedicated to finishing this. So, oh yay! I can't wait. Let's get into the retardation and see what happens.
What is that?
What do you want?
Best part about last episode.
Where's she?
One of the dumbest parts of last
sister.
episode. Yay, Star Wars! Look at that set. Look at the rocks here on the thing. You can just tell it's so fake. Like, it doesn't even look real. I mean, it's almost the same texture. I mean, obviously it's not real, but you want to make it look real, and the textures, they're sticking out to me down here. It's like, come on, that looks cheap. I can't stand how this chick has this symbol. What, this is Ocea, right? I think so. How she has this symbol on her arm, because if you're a fan of anime, it's the Attack on Titan kind of, what are they called? The scouts, the scout symbol. And I mean, it's not the same thing, but it's very similar, and it's just annoying. Man, that planet looks an awful lot like the one, I've tried to scrub it from my mind, but the sequels, you know, from The Return of the Jedi. Is that what it's called? No, it's called The Return of the Jedi. Oh my gosh. The Last Jedi. From The Last Jedi, the island that Luke was on. You know, that remote island where he just became a loser hermit? Unknown planet. Look at those things. Don't those things look exactly like the thing that Luke was sucking the green titty milk from the titty monster? Like they're just miniature sized ones. But it was big. It looked just like this. It had the snout, but it had big old boobs, and he was sucking the milk out of them, you know? And these look like miniature ones, like before when they were babies, and this is in the past, so I bet this is the same planet. Why would you make that cut? Like, show us what's about to happen. I say it every episode. I cannot stand the way the show cuts constantly. He's right there. Call out to him. Hey, what are you doing? How? I'm here. You saved me. Why? Let's talk. Why would you need to cut away from that at this moment? I let them have a conversation first.
Jason, repeat.
There's been a...
So in the last episode, he just finished fighting a Sith, and so he needs to radio in basically everything that's happened. And May is on the ship with him, although he thinks it's Ocea. And so there's this plot hole where the guy who has the dickhead says in one of the prequels, I think it was it wasn't the Phantom Menace. Maybe it was the Attack of the Clones. I don't know. But in any case, he says there hasn't been a Sith around in like 1,000 years. And this only takes place 100 or so years, 150, 200 years. I forget, somewhere around that timeline before that. And so there's a huge plot hole there if this guy reports in, hey, there's a Sith, because Dickhead is on the council and he's going to know. So it would make no sense for him to say that in the prequels. So let's see. This message has to, for continuity's sake, has to get interrupted, or the Goblin King has to be on their side, like the evil side or something. I don't know. So he's a Jedi. He can sense literally the feelings and intentions of others. You would think he would be able to know for sure that this isn't Ocea.
It's a much larger threat than we anticipated.
And I don't understand this. Like, why? In the last episode, she said she was going to give up killing the Jedi, give up hunting the Jedi, and it was going to be over for her. And she even said she was going to turn herself into the Jedi and give up the Sith guy. Now what is she doing? She's going to go right back to it? Why? And the Sith guy in the last episode even tried to kill her. What is your motivation for doing any of this? This is the only person who could even help you. It just doesn't make any sense.
Ocea.
This guy's the only one acting in this whole show. They've made him do some stupid choices. But he's the only one trying. He's the only one trying. That wasn't a bad scene. I mean, I was wondering, like in the last episode, they just kind of brushed it aside really quick whenever everyone dies and Yor gets his neck snapped and everything. And I was just kind of, I didn't think anything about it because the quality of the show just sucks so bad. But that right there was a decent scene to see Soul emote like that, and it shows how deeply it's affecting him. It's probably going to be the best scene of this whole episode, probably. Why? Why? Why are you doing this? He knows that she's following him. I'm surprised they didn't show more. I mean, this is Disney, and they are marketing this to children, so why not have even more of a naked guy being showed, because we all know that's what they're into.
How does it feel?
Of course he knew you were there.
Don't move.
I'd like to put my clothes back on.
Why did you take them off to begin with? Why didn't you just, if you wanted her to get a hold of the lightsaber, why didn't you just set it down and then just go off, you know, near the water on another edge or something, and just sit there and doing like a little Indian style meditation, you know, sitting down, you know, to where you're a decent ways away. Why did you need to get naked? You know? Oh, because it's Disney, of course.
Now you're wondering how I can read your mind.
So if he can read people's minds, why can't Soul? And Soul can read people's minds because he read May's, I think it was episode 2. So how does he not know? Maybe you could say something like, he's distraught. He's distraught because he lost all the people that he cared about. And so now he's just going through this, you know, his mind's frazzled, his emotions are taking hold of him, so he's not focusing. Maybe you could say something like that, but...
Did you kill Soul?
No.
Did you kill May?
No. Interesting you ask about him first, though.
So, like I said in the last episode, this guy is not a horrible villain, and it would just be so much better if he had a little bit more to work with. Oh, I just noticed. Thank God this is only 36 minutes. Thank God. Oh man, if these episodes were an hour long, it would be murder. But in the last episode, I noticed that there were a few parts of this guy being a villain where I thought, wow, if he had a little bit better material to work with, he really wouldn't be that bad. And he's not doing a horrible job here. He's noticing and picking things apart in this idiot who is the protagonist who offers nothing to the story. Oh, we cut back. Well, at least she got to see his cock. Damn.
You safe?
That was pretty aggressive. I mean, I get what he was going for, but the movement looked very awkward. Like the way that he reached out and just latched on with that first hand and then pulled her. He should have reached out with both hands and just kind of pulled her to him. I get the urgency, what they were going for. Like, come here, this is so difficult. But when he did it with just one hand, it was just like, it looked strange. It looked like they took the first cut of that. Like maybe they needed to do a few other ones, Why is the ship screwing up? No one has done anything to the ship. They landed here. I'm trying to remember now. On this island in order to stop the Jedi, or in order to stop May, and all these Jedi showed up in this ship on the island, and then they left the ship, but now they're coming back. There shouldn't be anything wrong with the ship. No one has damaged the ship. Unless they show that May has been tinkering and doing something and messing stuff up, but I can't remember a scene where anyone has sabotaged the ship, so it should be functioning just fine.
Of an ambitious senator grasping for power.
Apologies, Senator.
this faggot?
I must go.
There were casualties.
Who?
The entire team.
Prepare a rescue team to depart for the planet Kofar immediately.
Oh my god, her acting is so bad. She's so stiff. Like, this is like her first role as an actress. Leslie Heslin's wife, aka Hamburger Head in The Goblin King.
I sent him there.
Sent in there.
I've never heard of you.
It was a really long time ago.
Why'd you bring me here?
Was it in a galaxy far, far away?
If you keep me here, Soul comes to you, and his strength in the Force is very powerful.
That's your strength in the Force, Ocea.
That doesn't make any sense. She says that Soul is very powerful in the Force, and that's his strength, but he's like, no, that's your strength. What does he mean? I don't get it. So is that what's going on? It's this thing? This thing is messing with the ship and turning off the power? Is that what I'm getting at? In order to confront? Because this thing can obviously detect who she is, and the Jedi Master can't? Well done. That has to be the first person. This little machine, this little droid, I think that's the first fight that May has ever won. Oh no, I'm sorry. She force pushed her sister back in the last episode. She won that fight too. So she's got 2 up now. So she's actually, okay. She's making progress on her training.
The Jedi teach there's only one way to access the Force.
Without training, it fades. Well, yeah, that makes sense. You have to tap into it, so you kind of need to stay sharp and keep training. But now he's saying, no, that's not the case. There's other ways to tap into it. Oh, I almost forgot. You can pull on it like a thread. The power of 1, the power of 2, the power of many. I almost forgot. I'm guessing we're gonna loop back around to go full retard, right?
Anger, fear, loss,
Constipation.
desire.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
That's the path to the dark side.
Semantics.
See, that's not a bad line. He's not a horrible villain. That's not horrible.
I'm not that easily corrupted.
I feel like we should remember that line. I'm not my sister. I'm not that easily corrupted. Let's make a mental note of that one, okay?
And that's why they threw you away.
They didn't throw me away.
Then
So he's trying to either convince her or show her that all the pain that she experienced when she was younger, of losing her family and the gay lesbian witch cult that talked about the Force as a thread, and their mom scissoring and her sister burning the entire world to the ground through a candle fire. She has a lot of anger and bitterness and issues because of that, and he's trying to convince her that these things are okay to feel and that you should actually tap into them and use them. And the Jedi noticed you feeling these types of frustrations and anger and sadness and regret and all that stuff, and they threw you away because you couldn't control it. I think that's what's going on.
Why aren't you a Jedi?
Because I failed!
Why didn't you just aim for his head and cut his head off? It didn't look like he was trying to dodge. I thought she was going to do that for a minute. She pulled the lightsaber out and then swung it around. I thought she was just going to whack his head off. That would have been funny, to be honest. But she just pushes him against a wall. That's not how you use a lightsaber. Also, isn't this like burning heat? Shouldn't it be like melting his skin right now? And now, of course, we have to cut to another goddamn scene and switch back and forth. What happened to not being so easily corrupted, by the way? That was like less than 5 minutes ago.
But Master, I'm sure that these casualties are due to the planet's uncharted environment. You don't need...
What did he just say? What did that idiot just say? Hold on. Hold on. Let's go back. Hold on. Let's listen real carefully. Listen real carefully to this.
But Master, I'm sure that these casualties are due to the planet's uncharted environment. You don't
need to handle this personally.
I'm sure these casualties are due to the planet's uncharted environment. So let's get this right. So Soul sends a message and basically says, I went out here with this team of like 7 or 8 Jedis. Well, they're all dead. Some of them, maybe he's the only Jedi Master. All the rest were like knights, and he had a Padawan or 2, which they're still Jedi in training. And so they all go out there. He sends a message that says they're all dead, but the message is kind of messed up, so they don't get a lot of it, but they get that part. They know that there's all these casualties. And this guy, he says, you know, all of these Jedi are all just probably dead because the planet sucks. They're all probably just dead because, you know, maybe they stepped in quicksand or something. And also, this was the planet that the Wookiee Jedi was on. So wouldn't they know that the Wookiee Jedi's on that planet? I mean, the Wookiee Jedi hasn't gone rogue or something, has he? I mean, maybe he has. I don't know. I wasn't paying too much attention. But wouldn't they know? So they would know about the planet. This is just, that was a retarded thing to say. Maybe all the, you know that mission where you sent like almost 10 different Jedi on, you know, and a Jedi Master? Well, you know, we hear that they all died, but man, maybe they just got tangled up in some vines and they couldn't get out, and now they're, you know, maybe an animal attacked them and the whole squad of Jedi are just dead now. It's not that big of a deal because it's probably just the planet that did it. Oh, okay. Okay, fine.
Ocea?
Come here. I forgot to grab the toilet paper. Oh.
I ran a diagnostic.
So I don't have an issue with him deceiving them so much on the planet, because before, when he was pretending to be May's sidekick and they captured him, they didn't tell how evil he was. I don't have an issue with that because in the prequels they did that. Emperor Palpatine fooled the entire Jedi Council, and these are the council members. They're like the best of the best, Yoda and all of them, and Samuel L. Jackson, Wandu or whatever his name was, Windu, he fooled them. So the idea that the Sith is able to do that isn't that much of a stretch. I have a hard time believing that May here is capable of doing that. But this guy's in distress, so...
Have you told me everything that happened on Brentalk?
Why do we keep cutting away from this? I mean, can we just spit it out? What happened? Did the Jedi murder everyone or what?
May.
What is he gonna do? So now he knows it's May. Did he know the whole time? And he was just kind of humoring her? That wouldn't be too horrible if we kind of know that, but did he know? Or did he just now figure it out? I don't think he knew. I think he just now realized it when he saw her doing that. And what is he gonna do? It looked like he turned off the transponder.
Everything all right, Master?
Why is this Jedi such a cuck? I mean, look at that hair. And look at the way that he just is. Why can't the Jedi be masculine and cool the way they always used to be? Look at this guy. And look at her. Ugh.
What did they say?
Oh, they're going with 4 Jedi now. I'm normally used to seeing like 1 or 2 of them. That's normally, because they're so powerful, isn't that normally enough to handle pretty much almost any situation? I mean, you had Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan take on an entire ship of like, you know, people and droids and stuff at one point. You know, you had Anakin and Obi-Wan take on fleets. I don't know, like you see all these Jedi teaming up and they're all just useless. Like, what are they doing? Do they not know what they're doing?
The power of 2.
Oh no. Oh no. No, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Kurtosis. Any against lightsabers?
Someone bring that up, the Kurtosis whatever thing. I heard that it's this special kind of material can disable lightsabers. And that's great and everything, but I guess that's lore, I guess that's canon. It's never going to change the fact that headbutting a lightsaber is really stupid. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life. So, yeah, no. Sure enough, cut away to a new scene before we saw her do anything. And look, it's everyone's favorite Little Miss annoying character that no one ever even liked. I think this episode's thankfully almost over because normally it's like 5 or 6 minutes of credits, so we just have to hang on, guys. We're almost there. So, tell me, Dingle Whopper, or whatever this Jedi's name is, was it the forest or the planet that killed the rest of these Jedis? Do you still think that now? I'm gonna save that as my wallpaper. Shouldn't they examine the bodies and see, like, you know, the why can't I think of the word? The cuts, but not the cuts, like the burnt out edges of a lightsaber, you know, where the lightsaber struck. Shouldn't they examine and they would be able to clearly see that? And surely there was one right across the Wookiee Jedi, so when they go in the house and see him, they'll be able to tell, right?
What happened here?
What do you see?
Yeah, dumbass.
An explosion.
An explosion? What? What do you mean an explosion? What a bomb went off? An explosion. Is he talking about the force push? Because all it did was push the wind, basically, like it knocked them back and blew up some dust. Was there an explosion? Let me think. Hold on a second. Maybe I'm missing something. Was there an explosion in the last episode? When the Sith guy showed up, they were fighting. Then Ocea showed up with Yord. He killed Yord. The bug showed up. I don't remember an explosion, like a bomb. Yeah, an explosion. This guy looks like the kind of guy that would, like, if your PC or computer messed up, you take it into the shop and be like, hey, it's not starting or it's not working correctly anymore. And he'd be like, I need about 2 weeks to fix it.
One versus many. His power extraordinary. His
one versus many. Are you able to tell that just by looking around? One versus many. How do you know there was only one? I mean, maybe if you look at the footprints and examine one versus many, that would be a leap. I mean, if you saw this, I don't know. That's kind of a leap to me. Like, how would you be able to tell that it was only one guy?
was to leave no survivors.
What the hell? What the hell is wrong with her lightsaber? It's like a whip. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Are you kidding me? We have a new type of lightsaber? As if the one that Kylo, the gay Ren, didn't have enough where it poked out the two little things on the side to make it look like some kind of iron sword. Now we have a whip lightsaber? I mean, what is this anime now? Like, what are we doing? She's just... Oh my god.
They were all killed by a lightsaber.
What does that tell you?
It's a Sith.
A powerful Jedi has fallen. You don't think Master Soul was responsible?
That is quite the accusation.
Yeah, that is quite the accusation that a powerful Jedi has fallen. If the Sith haven't been around forever, maybe they would be slow to suspect that. And if they were all killed by a lightsaber, and Soul is the only one that survived, and he's not here, he would then, I suppose, be the primary suspect. But he was the one who sent the distress signal, and sent them here in the first place. So that kind of clears him a little bit.
But if he did this, why would he send us a distress signal?
Exactly. Exactly, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess he's technically on the list of, well, maybe he could have done it, but why would he send the distress signal?
We have a lot to do. You and I are going to talk.
Please tell me it's over. Oh, God. So much for not being corrupted. So much for not being easily corrupted. I believe that's what she said like 10 minutes ago or something like that. Well, it's over. Thank God. What a stupid way to end the episode. The episode sucked. It was very boring. It wasn't nearly as stupid as all the other ones, but it was very, very boring. The acting of Soul in it wasn't bad. He is the only person in this entire show that is trying. Like, he's not given a lot of material to work with, but he's doing his best. And I don't even think the guy speaks regular English. I think they're just telling him what's going on in the scene, and then he's just pouring his heart out. But he's obviously an actor. The villain's not horrible, but he's given such crap to work with that you're just clawing at the surface, and you just have a little bitty things here and there where you hear, and it's like, oh man, that wasn't actually a bad line here and there, but you're really grasping at straws. The worst part is the leads of this show, Ocea and May, the same person, the same actress. She's just uncompelling. She's crap. She just is absolutely uninteresting, and it's difficult. And you know, when she's on screen in any capacity, you just tune out, and it's just so boring. So, just a bunch of jumping around in this episode, more explanation, and yeah, fun stuff. So, in any case, that's my reaction / review. Piss poor episode. I'd love to know what you guys think. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. What did you think about this episode? What do you think was the best part or the worst part? Also, if you could please hit the like button and the subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified about my new videos. All you have to do is make a subscription on YouTube, which is free, and then hitting the subscribe button is also free, and it really goes a long way in helping out the channel. So, guys, with all that being said, thank you so much for watching, and have a great freaking day.